Hello and welcome back to Over the Hill. Now, in my last video I did of Over the Hill wasn't really a very fair review of it because I only loaded it at the time I'd already started recording, so there's a lot of bits I didn't understand. I want to do a bit more of a review now, which will be a bit fairer to the game now that I understand a bit more about it. So if we go into single player, okay, and there's only this one map available in the playable demo. Once it loads, now apparently there's a Ford Blazer that I can also unlock in this demo. Someone did a video on it and I haven't watched the video yet because I figured I might work it out for myself just driving around, but if I can't work it out myself then I'll go back in to his video and watch it to see how to do it. Now from here you can go into the garage and you can set your vehicle up with different things. So like here I've got 4 slots here that I can equip with different things. So these ones here are a portable winch to help me out if I get stuck. This one here is so if I flip the vehicle onto its side or its roof, I can flip it back onto its right way. Each of these you can only use once. Once you've used it, it disappears. But anytime you have to quit the game and go back in, it re-equips those. That's some of the modifications you can do, engine mods, different tyres, things like that. You see over here there's also a limit to the number of mods you can have on your vehicle at once. And you can unlock the things to make that number bigger. These are things that you can load to make the game look, to make your car look different, but don't actually affect the handling. So an example of that is at the moment I've got the roof rack on there with all the camping gear. Now if I wanted to have canoes instead, I could. That's the only 2 I've got unlocked for at the moment. But if we go into depart, so here I can start at any point where I've unlocked a hut, a cabin. So I've got a cabin unlocked there. I could also Crazy Gunther, which is where you can put things on your vehicle. I could also start there. I could start at that cabin. I could start at this cabin here. I think I might even be able to start up there at the watchtower. I'm not certain about that. But what I want to do is I want to start here this time because I've see the way this map works. If I just zoom out for a second, all this grey box is all available in the map. I think that's grey box is everything that's available in the playable demo, I think, but I'm not 100% certain about that yet. And what happens is as you drive places, you kind of unlock bits of it, and you can see here all the black dots are tracks, but those black dots only show up after I've driven down the track, sort of thing. So there could be, say, I've already driven over here to get an abandoned crate, and there could be a track that goes down there that I just haven't driven down. So what I want to do is I want to, where there's question marks here, there's 3 left. I've unlocked all the rest now, I think. They're down here. Yes, I have. So I've explored all in there. There's also another hut there that I can just see in the grey there, but I haven't worked out how to get there yet, and that's way too far to try and travel not on a track any of the way. So it might be at this track here connects up to there if I go down there, and I will explore that at some point, but I want to go and pick up these last 3 question marks first. That will be other things I unlock, like the canoes on the roof and the roof rack and things like that. It'll be other things like that. So what I want to do is I want to start here. Another thing you can do, I'll just show you, you can put a pinpoint there. I'll show you what that does. So if I choose this cabin to start at, okay, now the weather is a random thing, and it's not very nice weather right now, so we're going to put our headlights on and take the handbrake off. Okay, so this weather's awful. In fact, I could reload it and hope for better weather, but we'll just manage with the weather we have, I think. I can't even see the tracks in this weather. I might have to reload it. In fact, I'll just see. I think I'm going in the right direction. Let's just, one thing I have learned, the space bar is the handbrake, which is the same as in Euro Truck Sim and American Truck Sim. Always, before you go into the map or anything, put your handbrake on. Yes, I'm going down the right track there. Okay, so I'm aiming for this bridge here. But yeah, that's a lesson I learned the hard way, is always put your handbrake on before you go into any menu or anything, because otherwise your vehicle might end up rolling down a hill or something while you're busy looking at a map or something like that, and you can end up in all kinds of stuck. You see, I can't even see the track that's taking me down to that bridge. I'm just sort of playing it by guesswork here, and I think I'll probably come off the track somewhere because I don't think we'd have trees in the middle of the track. Oh, hang on. Now, I'll just show you a couple of things while we're here. So I'll just stop here, handbrake on. Okay, so M brings up the map. I didn't know how to get to the map before. Oh look, I have come off the track, you see. You can see it there, quite a long way off the track now, so we'll have to turn back to the left in a few minutes. What I might actually do is take my pinpoint off there and put it on the bridge instead. I didn't show you how that works. Okay, so this shows me how many points of interest I've unlocked, how many scenic points I've unlocked, cabins I've unlocked, and so on and so forth. So there's still a number of things I've got to unlock still. So that's what M does. Q brings up this wheel here. That's where you can use the winch or other equipment. You can go into camera mode. Don't know what that is. That brings up the map. That's something else. I don't remember what that one is now off the top of my head. That's what Q does. And what was the other one I found? Oh, can't remember what the other button I found was now. M for map, Q for that wheel there. Oh, and there's different controls once you've used the winch. But as I said, you only get a limited. Oops, I don't want that. You only get a limited number of winch things, so I don't want to use my winch at the moment because I only get a limited number of them, and I might be needing them if I get stuck or something. So, okay, now that pinpoint thing I did with the yellow pinpoint, you can see at the graph at the top there that if I get that yellow mark right in the direction I'm going, then I know that I'm going towards the place I pinpointed. Now, one downside of this, there's the bridge I needed. I have found you can only have one pinpoint at a time, but you can move it. So let's say, for example, if I go into the map, so where I'm actually trying to get to right now is this question mark there. If I just pinpoint that, if I take this one off, so if I just pinpoint that, it's always going to just point straight at there. So if I wanted to go to this intersection first, then this intersection, then down, I would have to pinpoint just here. Then, once I get to that pinpoint place, then I can go into the map and put in the next pinpoint. Whereas in the two Truck Simulator ones, Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator, you can have multiple pinpoints. So, but this one you can't. You can only have one pinpoint at a time. So at the moment I'm just, because I can't see the tracks in this weather at all, so I'm just following the pinpoint guide, and it will tell me when I think I might have just passed my pinpoint. I don't think it shows a big arrow on the map or something, but just the way that it just handbrake on, and it's going to have a look. Oh yeah, I'm pretty much there now. So if I take that pinpoint off and put it on there, and then I just need to find a track, or what looks like could be a track to the left of me. Okay, so that might be somewhere about here-ish. Oh, what's that? Oh, just a pile of rocks, okay. If this weather gets any worse, I'll be going down to low range. Is that a... No, it's just some rocks. So as you can see, I'm just following to that yellow pinpoint at the moment, because I can't see the tracks. If you can see the tracks, you don't need to use the compass pinpoints quite so much as what I'm doing. Aha. Oh look, we've just found something that we haven't discovered before. Another cabin. Peatland Lodge. So handbrake on, let's go to the map. Oh okay, I must have gone right around that cabin without finding it before. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a left and go down to this, take this pinpoint off, go down to this question mark first, then we'll come back to get this question mark, then we'll go up to get that one, and then I think that's all the question marks that I've got unlocked at the moment. So I've been driving around this map. It might look like I haven't got much of the map unlocked, but in reality it's taken me probably 6 to 7 hours to get all of this unlocked. There is a lot to do there really is. But the game is just so much better now that I've had a chance to actually work out how different bits of it work. Now, my steering wheel still doesn't work on it. It's quite good though, because they ask for feedback, because it's a playable demo, so each time you quit the game you have the option of giving feedback. And one of the things, it asks you a number of questions when you go to give feedback, and one of them is how long have you played it, is this the first time you've played it, or how long have you been playing it for. So like I gave feedback within that first hour, and I said that yes, it was the first time I'd played it, and I'd only played it for less than an hour, so probably they won't take a lot of that feedback into account really. Last time I gave feedback I said, oh, I've played about 7 hours of it now, and I played it more than once, so obviously my feedback was better because I understood more about the game, and they would take a lot more of that on board. Though even the early feedback, if lots of people, for example, gave feedback just 1 hour into the game and they said, can't work out how to do this, can't work out how to do that, they might decide, oh, we need to make it a bit more obvious in menus or something. Look, here's another thing to unlock. Whenever you see these white dots like that, it means something to unlock there. So I don't know what. Oh, this is a winch area, is it? Oh, I see. This is a, yes, so what I've got to do here is I have to tow this vehicle back to the home base, I believe. I saw a video on that. So, let's just have a look. I just want to see whereabouts on the map that is. Oh, that is the question mark. So the question mark is this mission. I thought it was another treasure chest to unlock, but it's not. It's the actual mission. Okay, so let's bring up my winch then, which is that one. And I think, how do I do this? Okay, so let's hook it to the front of the Land Rover there. There we go. Lake recovery. So yes, I need to take this vehicle back to the, I'm going to take the point thing off, back to there. Okay, so I need to drag it all the way back to there, and I'll just put it into low ratio, so we'll definitely need that, and take the handbrake off, might also help. Okay, come on, this is probably not the best weather to try and do this mission in. And I can see already that Land Rover is caught on a rock, so what I might need to do is bring it over here a bit and then back up from here. Oh, my winch brake. Oh no, it hasn't. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Oh. Okay, let's try. I don't think I'm going to be able to recover this. I've probably got the wrong things on my Land Rover. I've probably put the wrong mods on it. I should have done the engine mods and things, give me extra power for doing this, I think, but because now I'm stuck in there. I'm now stuck where he was stuck. Come on, it's gotta be. Okay, what I might actually do is release him, so we won't achieve that goal at the moment. I just want to see if I can let's see if I can get out of here. That engine thing that came up, if you go into the water, and I'm showing this is different if you've got a snorkel, but I don't have a snorkel at the moment. So when you go into the water like this, you get that engine symbol there. You've got to get out of the water again before that fills up with blue, otherwise your engine is completely flooded in your stall. So, and then you just have to restart. So there you go, we got out of there, but now that I know that question mark is for that tow mission, I'll come back and do that when my vehicle's better set up for it. Let's go and have a look at what the next question mark is that I want to do, which is right at the end there. Oh no, there's one here. So let's go and find out what that question mark there is. Next, that might be another modification to unlock for my vehicle. So we will go and have a look, see. And as you can see, I've got that, oh, sorry, I was too busy watching something else and not watching where I was driving. So let's just see if we can get off that rock again. Yep, okay. So what I need to do is probably just follow my tracks back to that cabin that I just discovered, and that's all my cabins except one unlocked down. The one will be that one that's still in the grey part of the map, so I will have to go for a drive later and unlock that cabin as well. If I follow these tyre tracks, it should in theory take me back to that cabin, and then I will line up on the yellow dot for the compass point from there. Okay. Yep, there's the cabin straight ahead of me right there. So now, well, I don't know why it was doing that like that. Maybe it was something to do with where I so now I need to line up with the white dot on that yellow dot there, like that, and that means I'm going in the right direction to get to that question mark. This looks like a very thick forest to navigate, especially in this weather, to try and get to it though. But we'll do our best, okay? We'll see if we can. Come on. Let's see if there's looks a bit more of a clearing just over here. So let's try here and see if we can go from here. So I've got quite good at tuning my camera to help me. Come on. Okay, let's see if we can get up here. Which is not quite the right direction. I need to go over this way a bit more. Oh, there it is. Okay, point of interest, abandoned crate, that's what we wanted. And let's see what it gives me. I'll tell you in just a moment. Unlocking steps in black. Okay, so I'd now be able to fit those to the vehicle if I go back to the home base, but I don't want to go back there just yet. Handbrake on. I always have to remind myself, and I've got all the question marks in this area now. Oh no, I haven't. There's that one. But I think to get that one, we might just try and go back to the track first. So let's take the take that off, and we'll just put this back over here. And now, handbrake off. Okay, let's see if we can get the white dot lined up on the yellow mark again. So now we're going in the right direction to find that track that we're after. Well, actually we're not, because I didn't have the. I've got to have the sight things directly behind my vehicle when I'm trying to follow back compass points like that. Otherwise, it's giving me a false reading. Go back to the map in a minute, because I don't want to cross that track altogether without even realising it. That would be so easy to do in this weather. This is actually the first time I've seen snow in this game. I think I'm on the track now. Yep, that looks like the track for sure. Okay, so let's put the handbrake on, and then look at that, we're on the track, so we'll take that off, and I don't even think I need it now, because I'm just going to stay on the track all the way to that next question mark. So, handbrake off. Whoa. So, it wasn't responding to me then. Come on, it gets pretty sloppy. Each different surface you see, like snow, mud, it not only is visually different, but also affects the grip tremendously. So we have very little grip at the moment in the snow. Now, I don't think most of the people that are on my friends list play Snow Runner or Mud Runner. If you do play either of those, you will definitely absolutely love this game. Even if you don't play either of those, I think this game is absolutely brilliant. I couldn't recommend it enough. It's been on my watch list for about 9 months now, a very long time, ever since it was basically first ever announced. It's been on my watch list, and Yeah, when the playable demo came out, I thought, right, I'll grab that. And it came out, 2 days ago now, or 1 day ago. Well, hang on, come on. And yeah, I could not recommend this game enough. It is brilliant. Even if you own, I don't know how much the full game will cost, but the playable demo is free. So even if you just went to download the playable demo to give it a go, it does work very well on keyboard, so I'm using keyboard at the moment. Keyboard and mouse is what I'm using. Mouse to look around, keyboard to actually drive around. I highly recommend you download this playable demo and give it a go. And persevere for more than 1 hour, because at the end of 1 hour I'd hardly discovered a single thing about the game really. I've certainly discovered a lot more about it now. Do I need to... I might need to put a winch on to get up this bit. Let's see. Will that put up? Whoa. Okay, that's not good. We can save this one though. I'll show you how. Let me demonstrate. So I want, actually that one might do it, and anywhere within the circle I can put myself back in, so let's put myself there. But as I said, I only had one of those, so now that I've used it, take the handbrake off. I don't have another one. Come on, handbrake off. What's happened there? Okay, let's see if I can get out of here now. Oh. Okay, that's not looking good, because that's a bank. Drops me off right there. Okay, managed to rescue it. So I've used my jack, which puts me up the right way again. I've still got 2 winches left if I need them. Was it 2 winches? No, 1 winch I think. So I think from memory that I used one to hook up to that other Land Rover to try and rescue it, but then that really didn't work out the way I'd planned. What's this? Oh, this is another lookout area I hadn't discovered. So this is the second one of these I've discovered now then. Come on. Why is it not unlocking it? Okay, I don't know why it's not unlocked, but it should be, because it's in that white area and I'm in it. Oh, it's a... I know why it is. Hang on a second. What was my camera? Was it P? No, I can't remember what my... I did discover my camera. Oh, I know how to get the camera. Here we go, photo mode. Because there was a camera symbol there, so I think I need to take photos here to unlock that thing. So let's just take some photos of everything we're looking at. Okay, now let's see if it tells me it's unlocked. No. Okay, handbrake off. I don't know why. I'm in the white circle. Oh, here we go, scenic. That's what I need. This has unlocked it now. So that should be that question mark now gone. So the only thing I've got left to do that I've found already is that tow mission, I believe. I will double check that. Yep. So that's the second watchtower found. Okay. Oh! Trail burner special livery. So I've now got a special paint job available for my vehicles. Okay, let's put the handbrake on, stop it from rolling, and then we go back into the map. So yeah, that question mark is gone. So the only question mark that I've got left is this one down here. That's because that's the lake recovery mission. Oh, it's not a question mark anymore, it's a picture of a winch, because I've got there and unlocked it, but I haven't completed that mission. I think everything else I've discovered already I've unlocked. But you see, if I come up here, for example, and there's if I carry on along there, that track will probably carry on along further. As I said, down here, if I go down here, I can see in the grey here, there is the 6th and final cabin that I have to unlock. Right there. I haven't worked out how to get there yet. And I suspect that it'll be this track here. if I carry on along this track, and it will unlock more as I go. And there's a cabin there, so I'll be able to start at that cabin, and then drive down this bit, and then along there, and hopefully that will unlock. I'll get to that cabin there. Actually, what I should really do, because I'll show you how it unlocks more as we go. Now, I'm very sorry people, but I forgot to set my timer when I started, so I have no idea how long this video is, but we'll go along a wee bit longer just so I can show you that last thing. I won't put my steps on at the moment then, because we'll get going with the drive, and hopefully we'll have better weather this time too. So okay, just waiting for it to load. As I said, there's definitely a Ford Blazer that you can unlock in this playable demo. You might unlock that by doing that vehicle recovery mission, I'm not certain. This time we're going to start here. Okay, and I want to back off. Okay, now I think the track I want to go down is this one, but another thing I've learned, so there's a couple of things I've learned in this game the hard way. One is always, as I said, put your handbrake on if you're going out of here into a menu for a minute. The second is, once you think you're heading the right way, go in there and no, I'm not headed in the right way, the track I want is to the left of this one. So that was the other thing, is don't go too far down a track before stopping to check on the map that you have got the right track. So it might be this track, I think. We'll just head down here just slightly, but it is quite good how you can choose your starting point from any of the cabins that you've unlocked. Okay, so now we're going back into the map, and yes, that's the track I want. So let's just continue following this track. As you can see, the tracks can be very, very hard to actually see, but that's fine. Oh, that was a big rock. I did a bit of damage there. So this track here should take me down to a T-junction thing at some point, and it can be very, very hard to actually see when you get to said junctions and things, because the tracks aren't overly clear. They're clear enough that you get used to being able to follow them to some degree, but yeah, it's certainly sometimes, like just here, it's quite clear. Okay, you can quite easily see the track just there, but whoa. Okay. Yeah, we're going the right kind of way. Oh, hang on, there's an animal there. Oh no, it's a tree trunk. The reason I'm looking out for animals is I have a photo album that I have to fill with, in fact I'll show you that. A second, I'll go in there. One of these ones, was it? Oh, it might be this one here. Yep, so here's all the animals I have to take photos of. So I'm looking for all those different animals, and when I find one, I will use my camera to take a photo of them. I actually kind of think, to tell the truth, that taking photos of animals is probably better than shooting the animals. Like, I've seen a game, you know, similar sort of thing to this before. You just shoot one of every different type of animal, and I think that once you've got a gun and you're shooting at things, I think this is the T-junction, so we'll just check which way I need to go. Yes, and I want to go right. Yeah, okay. So yes, that was the T-junction right there. I want to take this right hand turn. As soon as you have it where you've got a gun and you're shooting animals, I think that automatically puts the game in an R18 rating. So taking photos of the animals instead means that they avoid having to put an R18 rating on the game, which means more people will potentially play the game. I think I mentioned in my video yesterday that this game is made by the same people as make Art of Rally, and it is a very, very similar game insofar as Art of Rally, I said to you that graphically it looked, you know, like a child's drawing almost, but the actual handling was very, very realistic, and this is the same. So graphically it looks almost toy-like here, and I actually like that, but some people might not. But yeah, it's very, very toy-like graphically, but the handling is very, very good. These vehicles I think the centre of gravity is better than it should be, so the vehicles won't roll too easily. But oh, hang on. There's a ferry there, and also a track going off to the right. And I've never seen either of those, so let's go and have a look. I can see right now how I've opened up. You see, I've got a question mark there. I've opened up more area now because I've driven down there. So I think I'm going to go to the track to the right first. I'll come back to that ferry later because I want to try and get to that cabin is what I'm hoping to do. So here you can see the track's only showing as far as we have already explored. I think from memory that's how the hidden tracks on Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator work. The tracks only show up as you explore them. So it also sort of gives you some idea of how much I've played this game, because every track there that you can see I have driven down. Every one of them. And that's why, as I said, it's taken me quite a while. It actually looks like that track might actually peter out right there. So maybe this isn't the way to get to that cabin. Let's see. That cabin to me looks like it might be down this riverbank further. But I might actually, yeah, because no, the track's definitely finished. There's no track there now, so I can see. So I think I might turn around and go back and explore the ferry. Although I think if you go onto the ferry, that finishes the playable demo. I mean, you could still reload and do it again, but I think the ferry will work in the full version of the game. I don't think the area the ferry takes you is available in just the playable demo. I think someone else's video mentioned something about that, so we'll find out. We'll try getting on there and see if it, but it might just throw me out of the game, throw me out of the demo once I hop on the ferry here, but let's find out. Portal, ferry to the ridge. Okay, see what happens here. Proceed through the portal, press enter, end of demo, yep. There you go. So that would take you to the next area in the full game. It's already on my wish list, so I don't need to do that. Continue. Okay, so yeah, this ferry's not going to work in the demo, but it will work in the full game. And yeah, so I'll finish this video here. I'd just like to say that this game is absolutely brilliant. I couldn't recommend it enough. If you like any kind of vehicle games whatsoever, even if it's just tractors and things on Farming Simulator, since this playable demo is free, why don't you download it and just have a look-see at it. If you don't like it, you've lost nothing but maybe a wee bit of time out of your day, but you've lost nothing else. The other thing is, this game is actually designed with multiplayer in mind, because the whole point is that if you stick together as a team, then if one of you gets stuck, someone else can winch you out and things. So it's deliberately designed so you can help each other. So, you know, if any of my friends do like this game, then buy it and we can do it together perhaps. Okay, well, we'll call that up for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Certainly I could show you a lot more of it this time around because I understand it a lot more. Okay, thanks. Bye.